We're seeing gold in the box, and these boxes are gigantic. I mean, even though you're seeing just a few specks, you know there's a lot of gold in there.
$120 million in gold. Yeah, you heard that right. Shawn Pomrenke just made gold rush history with an insane discovery in the Bering Sea, and it's blowing the minds of miners and fans everywhere. This isn't your usual haul. This is record-breaking, jaw-dropping, all-time high stuff that proves why Pomrenke is one of the boldest miners on the planet. Rumors had been swirling about a hidden mother lode, but nobody could have imagined just how massive it was. Using his legendary dredge, the Christine Rose, Shawn and his crew fought freezing waters, raging storms, and non-stop equipment challenges just to get this gold to the surface. Every scoop brought sparkling nuggets, each one a reminder of the sweat, skill, and insane determination that went into this operation. Investors, competitors, and fans are losing their minds. Social media is exploding, mining forums are buzzing, and the Bering Sea has officially become the center of the gold world. And we're not just talking numbers. This discovery is shaping the future of maritime gold mining, inspiring a new generation of miners and proving what's possible when you push limits in one of the harshest places on Earth. Stick around, hit that like and subscribe button, because we're diving deep into how Shawn pulled off this historic $120 million strike. Shawn Pomrenke, the legendary Mr. Gold, has reportedly struck a mind-blowing $120 million haul in the treacherous waters of the Bering Sea, shattering every previous record in the gold mining world. This is not just another payday. It's a once-in-a-lifetime history-making find that has left experts and fans alike completely stunned. The unbelievable discovery began with whispers in Nome's harbor. Rumors circulated that Pomrenke and his crew had pinpointed a gold deposit so massive it could rewrite the record books. Equipped with the Christine Rose, his state-of-the-art dredge, the team descended into the icy waters with one goal: extract gold unlike anything the Bering Sea has ever produced. Every scoop of seabed material brought shimmering flecks that hinted at the immense scale of the treasure beneath. Word spread fast, and within hours, the gold world was buzzing. $120 million in one haul. It seemed impossible, but the footage and the sheer audacity of the operation left no room for doubt. Central to this monumental find was the Christine Rose herself. This flagship dredge, a marvel of engineering, was pushing the limits of what's possible in Bering Sea mining. Designed to handle immense pressure, the Christine Rose sifted through tons of seabed material, processing each haul with precision and speed. The conditions were brutal: relentless waves, freezing temperatures, and unpredictable tides. But Pomrenke's crew navigated every obstacle with ingenuity and determination. Equipment failures came and went, yet the dredge never faltered. By the time the team reported their daily yields, it was clear. The Christine Rose had delivered an output no one thought achievable. But even with cutting-edge machinery, finding gold this massive wasn't just a matter of luck. It was strategy, science, and relentless pursuit. Pomrenke's team had embarked on a tireless search for the fabled mother lode, using detailed sonar mapping and geological surveys to identify the richest pockets of gold. This wasn't a random dredge. It was a meticulously planned expedition into previously unexplored territory. Weeks of preparation led to the first extraction, and the results were staggering. Each dive seemed to uncover more than the last, with gold deposits far exceeding expectations. What was once thought to be a typical season's haul quickly became a legendary discovery, confirming that in the Bering Sea, fortune truly favors the bold. Yet uncovering the gold was only half the battle. Bringing it to the surface proved to be an entirely different challenge. The operation faced an onslaught of difficulties almost immediately, testing the limits of both man and machine. Equipment failures were relentless, with pumps seizing, dredge engines stalling, and hydraulic systems faltering under the pressure of the Bering Sea's unforgiving conditions. Fierce storms rolled in without warning, waves towering over the Christine Rose as the wind howled, and icy water threatened to halt operations entirely. Yet Shawn Pomrenke's leadership became the anchor in this chaos. His calm but commanding presence kept the crew focused, instilling a sense of purpose and determination that refused to waver even as setbacks mounted. Each obstacle was met with a combination of experience, quick thinking, and ingenuity, turning near disasters into opportunities for adaptation. Crew members rigged temporary fixes, improvised repairs on the fly, and worked in shifts that pushed their endurance to the brink, all driven by the promise of the unprecedented haul beneath them. Every technical difficulty prompted innovative solutions. When the dredge's primary sluice box clogged under the weight of unexpectedly heavy gold deposits, the team redesigned the flow system in hours, maximizing extraction without risking machinery damage. When sensors failed during a stormy night dive, Pomrenke himself descended into the controls, manually guiding the dredge through treacherous currents to avoid costly downtime. Morale, often the first casualty in extreme mining operations, remained high because the team shared a singular vision. The mother lode was within reach, and no obstacle would stop them. The crew's resilience, combined with Pomrenke's hands-on leadership, ensured that every challenge was met head-on, reinforcing a culture of persistence that would ultimately define the operation. Once the machinery was stabilized and the storms had passed, the extraction process kicked into overdrive. Using a combination of dredging and advanced sluicing techniques, each scoop of seabed material was meticulously processed to separate gold from gravel, sand, and silt. High-capacity filtration systems ran continuously, calibrated to recover even microscopic flakes that might otherwise be lost. Every stage of processing was monitored closely, data meticulously logged, and adjustments made in real time to optimize yield. This precision made the operation one of the most efficient in Bering Sea mining history. Crew members worked in synchronization, feeding dredged material into sluices, inspecting the concentrated gold, and preparing the next batch, creating a rhythmic, almost industrial ballet of extraction. Day after day, ton after ton of seabed was converted into gold, each recovered nugget a tangible measure of their perseverance and expertise. The scale of the operation also brought significant financial implications, not only for the crew, but for the region at large. A $120 million haul represented more than just wealth for Pomrenke's team. It was a potential economic windfall for Nome and surrounding communities. Local suppliers and service providers were immediately impacted, with demand for fuel, food, machinery parts, and accommodations skyrocketing. Hotels filled to capacity, restaurants saw record sales, and supply chains scrambled to keep up with the operational demands of a historically massive mining venture. Investors and mining enthusiasts took notice as well, recognizing the find as a sign of untapped potential in the Bering Sea, sparking a wave of interest and speculation about future projects. Jobs were created both directly and indirectly, from dredge operators to logistics coordinators, with ancillary businesses experiencing growth as the operation's economic ripple effect spread. As the gold continued to pour in, financial analysts began to project the longer-term impact. Revenue streams from the haul would fund future expeditions, enabling technological upgrades and expansions that promised even greater efficiency. Local governments anticipated increased tax revenue, which could be reinvested into infrastructure and community programs. The discovery was positioning Pomrenke not just as a successful miner, but as a catalyst for regional development, demonstrating the far-reaching consequences of one monumental find. Beyond immediate profits, the operation highlighted how innovation, leadership, and resilience could convert a hazardous, remote environment into a center of economic activity and opportunity. Despite the logistical hurdles and environmental threats, the extraction process became a testament to human ingenuity and teamwork. Every procedure was refined to the highest standard, and every recovered nugget, from the smallest flake to the largest chunk, was a victory over the sea itself. The team's methods set new benchmarks for efficiency, combining traditional mining know-how with cutting-edge technology to extract maximum value from the seabed. Even in adverse conditions, the combination of precision engineering, real-time data analysis, and hands-on skill allowed Pomrenke and his crew to achieve what many had deemed impossible. The financial implications of this operation extended beyond mere numbers. They transformed expectations for what could be achieved in Bering Sea mining. Investors now envisioned new possibilities. Mining startups studied the operation for insights, and local economies began recalibrating to capitalize on the influx of revenue. The story of Pomrenke's $120 million discovery became a case study in risk, strategy, and reward, illustrating how meticulous planning and unwavering determination could turn a dangerous frontier into a site of record-breaking wealth. It was more than a payday. It was proof that with the right combination of leadership, innovation, and sheer grit, history could be made beneath the waves of one of the harshest environments on Earth. Every day on the Christine Rose was a high-stakes dance with nature and machinery, each success building on the last, each setback demanding adaptation. The team's determination to overcome adversity was matched only by their precision in extraction, and the economic impact of their efforts was already echoing far beyond the icy waters. From the hum of machinery to the glint of gold in sluice trays, every moment reinforced the extraordinary scale of the discovery. The operation's lessons in leadership, teamwork, and financial foresight would not only define this season, but set a new standard for Bering Sea mining for years to come. Through relentless effort, innovative problem-solving, and a disciplined approach to both extraction and financial planning, Shawn Pomrenke and his crew transformed a potentially catastrophic series of obstacles into a historic achievement. The operation became a masterclass in turning adversity into opportunity, in converting raw determination into tangible wealth, and in demonstrating the profound impact that a single, meticulously executed mining operation can have on an entire region. By the time the final yields were tallied, it was clear that every storm weathered, every mechanical failure overcome, and every logistical hurdle navigated had culminated in one of the most extraordinary feats in modern gold mining history. With such a monumental discovery, however, attention naturally turned beyond the haul itself to the environment surrounding it. The environmental impact of Shawn Pomrenke's unprecedented Bering Sea Gold discovery has been closely scrutinized, drawing attention from regulators, scientists, and local communities alike. Dredging in such a sensitive and dynamic marine ecosystem carries inherent risks, from sediment disruption to potential disturbances to marine life habitats. Pomrenke's team reportedly anticipated these challenges from the outset, implementing a range of measures designed to minimize ecological damage while maintaining operational efficiency. Sediment curtains, controlled dredging paths, and continuous monitoring of water turbidity were allegedly employed to ensure that the seabed disturbance remained as contained as possible. Moreover, the crew is said to have conducted pre- and post-dredging ecological surveys, assessing the impact on benthic species and the broader marine environment, signaling an unprecedented commitment to sustainable mining practices for operations of this scale. Efforts reportedly went beyond mere compliance. The operation allegedly integrated environmentally responsible methods into the very core of its strategy. For instance, extracted materials were processed to reduce sediment discharge back into the sea, and chemical use was strictly regulated to prevent contamination. Crew members worked closely with environmental consultants to adapt practices dynamically, responding in real time to shifting conditions and unexpected ecological observations. The operation's adherence to environmental regulations is under review by both local authorities and federal oversight agencies, and initial reports suggest that Pomrenke's team may have set a new benchmark for responsible mining in extreme marine environments. Observers suggest that future endeavors in the Bering Sea and similar regions may adopt these practices as a standard, balancing profitability with ecological stewardship and demonstrating that large-scale gold extraction need not come at the expense of the environment. The industry's reaction to the $120 million discovery was immediate and dramatic. Gold miners, geologists, and investors around the world expressed astonishment at both the size and efficiency of the haul. Analysts began dissecting the operation's methods, examining how Pomrenke's use of advanced dredging technology, real-time geological analysis, and innovative extraction techniques produced results far beyond standard expectations. Within hours of the announcement, competitors were reportedly recalibrating their strategies, reassessing prospective sites, and investing in enhanced dredging equipment in hopes of replicating even a fraction of Pomrenke's success. Experts hailed the find as a game-changer, with some noting that the operation could fundamentally alter the economics of Bering Sea mining, introducing new efficiency standards and setting the stage for a surge of future ventures. Academic institutions and mining research centers also took note, with geologists publishing preliminary assessments of the area's geology, sediment distribution, and gold concentration patterns, providing valuable data for both industry and scholarship. Media coverage amplified the global fascination with the discovery. Within days, major news networks, financial media, and specialized mining publications were reporting on the operation in exhaustive detail. Headlines highlighted the unprecedented $120 million valuation, the extreme conditions of the Bering Sea, and the technical sophistication of the Christine Rose. Interviews with Pomrenke and key crew members offered insight into the meticulous planning, risk management, and sheer endurance that made the operation possible. Social media platforms were flooded with discussion, speculation, and clips from the dredge, generating a viral buzz that reached far beyond traditional mining audiences. Viewers marveled not only at the raw gold recovered, but at the story of leadership, resilience, and ingenuity unfolding in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Documentary filmmakers quickly seized on the narrative, producing extended coverage that followed the crew's journey from preparation to extraction, capturing both the triumphs and the tribulations. Cinematic sequences showcased waves crashing against the dredge, golden flecks glinting in sluice trays, and exhausted crew members working in near-freezing conditions, images that captured the drama of extreme mining. The media spotlight brought unprecedented global attention to Bering Sea gold mining, a sector often overlooked outside of niche circles, highlighting both the risks and the extraordinary rewards of operating in such an environment. Viewership skyrocketed for mining-focused channels, while news outlets across continents debated the operation's significance, from its economic ramifications to its environmental and technological implications. In addition to traditional media, online communities erupted with discussion, analysis, and speculation. Mining forums were flooded with breakdowns of Pomrenke's techniques, equipment choices, and crew efficiency. Enthusiasts debated whether any other operation could match the Christine Rose's performance, or if the Bering Sea had simply yielded a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly. Hashtags celebrating the discovery trended on social media, with fans posting images, maps, and even personal calculations estimating the operation's total value. The combination of economic impact, environmental vigilance, and sheer spectacle turned the operation into a global talking point, bridging professional mining audiences with mainstream public fascination. Analysts and commentators also noted the broader implications for resource exploration. The discovery prompted renewed interest in previously overlooked areas of the Bering Sea and other extreme environments, encouraging both private and institutional investors to consider high-risk, high-reward ventures. Financial forecasts suggested that the ripple effects could extend beyond the immediate haul, influencing gold prices, investor behavior, and the future of maritime resource extraction. In essence, Pomrenke's operation demonstrated that meticulous planning, advanced technology, and unwavering determination could convert even the most inhospitable regions into arenas of record-breaking achievement. Environmental scholars took note as well, framing the operation as a case study in sustainable, extreme environment resource extraction. The careful monitoring, adaptive strategies, and documented ecological mitigation efforts showcased a new approach to industrial-scale marine operations. Academic papers began citing the operation as an example of how high-value extraction could coexist with environmental responsibility, potentially reshaping regulatory expectations and industry standards in years to come. The operation's practices could serve as a blueprint for balancing profitability and ecological stewardship, demonstrating that even in extreme and sensitive ecosystems, thoughtful planning and execution could minimize environmental impact. Industry leaders lauded Pomrenke's operational precision, noting the strategic integration of advanced technology with human expertise. Every decision, from dredge placement to processing flow, was calibrated to maximize output while minimizing waste and downtime. By analyzing data from each dredge cycle, the team continually refined its techniques, improving efficiency incrementally and cumulatively, leading to record-breaking yields. This fusion of innovation and discipline became a benchmark, illustrating how strategic thinking and operational excellence can turn extreme challenges into historic victories. At the same time, the discovery's visibility reinforced the importance of storytelling in the mining industry. Pomrenke's ability to document, share, and contextualize the operation not only elevated the perception of his achievement, but also educated audiences about the complexities and risks of modern gold mining. Through interviews, video diaries, and media partnerships, the narrative extended beyond mere numbers, emphasizing the human, technical, and environmental dimensions of the operation. The result was a compelling, multi-layered story that captured imagination while providing insights into mining practices, strategy, and resource management. By the time the operation's immediate impact had settled, the Bering Sea had become a focal point for innovation, exploration, and global attention. The combination of environmental foresight, industry astonishment, amplification created a perfect storm of awareness and influence, solidifying Pomrenke's $120 million haul as more than just a financial milestone. It was a transformative event for the industry. Every stakeholder, from local officials to global investors, recognized the operation's far-reaching consequences. As the story spread, communities surrounding the Bering Sea began to adjust, with local economies responding to increased attention, media crews arriving for coverage, and support services ramping up to accommodate the ongoing operations. Educational institutions highlighted the operation as a case study in applied geology, resource management, and industrial strategy, integrating the lessons into curricula for aspiring engineers, geologists, and environmental scientists. The discovery catalyzed a convergence of commerce, science, and storytelling, demonstrating the profound impact a single, meticulously executed mining expedition could have on both local and global scales. Through rigorous environmental planning, meticulous operational execution, and careful media management, Pomrenke's Bering Sea operation set new precedents in multiple domains. The strategies employed addressed not only immediate extraction goals, but also long-term sustainability, stakeholder engagement, and global visibility. By combining technological innovation with human skill and strategic foresight, the crew achieved a historic outcome that resonated across the mining world, media circuits, and environmental discourse alike. Every sluice tray filled, every dredge maneuver executed, and every environmental precaution taken contributed to a broader narrative of excellence, resilience, and forward-thinking leadership. The operation became a reference point for what is possible when ambition is matched with discipline, knowledge, and careful attention to both economic and ecological impacts. Through its magnitude, precision, and visibility, the $120 million haul did more than set records. It reshaped expectations, inspired global attention, and elevated standards for extreme environment gold mining in ways that will echo for decades. The magnitude of media coverage itself became a defining aspect of the operation's legacy. Broadcast segments, viral clips, and feature articles provided a multifaceted look at every stage of the expedition. Audiences witnessed the intricacies of dredge engineering, the nuances of crew coordination, and the dramatic moments when massive amounts of gold were brought to the surface. This combination of real-time action and detailed documentation created an immersive narrative experience, keeping both industry experts and casual viewers riveted as the story unfolded across screens worldwide. By integrating environmental mindfulness, industry excellence, and global media attention, Pomrenke's operation did more than recover gold. It demonstrated a comprehensive approach to modern mining. The lessons learned, the standards set, and the inspiration generated established a blueprint for future endeavors, showing that even in one of the planet's harshest environments, resource extraction could be efficient, responsible, and spectacular. The extensive media coverage didn't just inform audiences, it ignited global fascination. Public interest skyrocketed, with tours of the Christine Rose and related mining operations reportedly booked months in advance. Educational institutions and community programs began integrating aspects of the operation into curricula, highlighting geology, mining technology, and industrial strategy, while outreach initiatives inspired a new generation of students to explore careers in resource extraction. The excitement extended to financial circles as well, with renewed interest in gold investment and maritime mining ventures as both individual investors and institutional entities recognized the opportunity presented by this record-breaking haul. Live streams, video diaries, and detailed analyses continued to amplify public curiosity, turning the operation into a global spectacle that combined adventure, science, and commerce. Looking ahead, Pomrenke's vision for the Bering Sea and beyond signals an ambitious expansion. Plans to increase dredging capacity, explore new underwater territories, and integrate next-generation mining technologies are reportedly underway. Innovations in sonar mapping, dredge design, and material processing aim to enhance efficiency, reduce environmental impact, and maximize yield. Collaborations with other industry leaders are being considered, potentially merging expertise and resources to replicate the success in other remote regions. Analysts predict that the strategies and operational frameworks established during this discovery could set new standards for large-scale maritime gold extraction, influencing both economic models and environmental guidelines across the industry. Pomrenke's approach demonstrates that sustainability and profitability can coexist, providing a blueprint for future endeavors that seek to balance financial return with ecological responsibility. The legacy of this monumental discovery is poised to endure for generations. Pomrenke's name is firmly etched into the annals of modern mining history, celebrated not only for the staggering $120 million haul, but also for the innovative strategies, leadership, and resilience that made it possible. The operation has set a new benchmark for excellence in extreme environment mining, inspiring future miners, engineers, and entrepreneurs to pursue ambitious goals with precision and determination. Historical records are likely to cite this event as a turning point in the industry, a moment when human ingenuity, technological advancement, and daring vision converged beneath the waves to produce a haul that redefined what is achievable. Beyond the immediate financial impact, the discovery represents a story of perseverance, meticulous planning, and courage, a testament to the power of relentless ambition combined with careful execution. As the world continues to study, learn from, and celebrate the operation, Pomrenke's legacy will serve as a guiding light for all who aspire to push the boundaries of exploration, innovation, and resource extraction. The operation's influence extends well beyond the Bering Sea. Investment in maritime mining is expected to surge, with companies and governments alike evaluating the potential for similar ventures in comparable environments. Infrastructure improvements in Nome and surrounding areas have already been accelerated, driven by the influx of economic activity and the logistical demands of large-scale mining operations. Additionally, training programs, internships, and educational partnerships have emerged, allowing aspiring miners and engineers to gain hands-on experience in cutting-edge techniques and technologies that were instrumental in the $120 million haul. The narrative of risk, reward, and extraordinary achievement has become a case study in both business and technical education, demonstrating the confluence of leadership, strategy, and operational excellence. Cultural and social impact also plays a significant role in the operation's lasting impression. Communities once peripheral to global mining conversations now find themselves at the center of attention, with local media, tourism, and civic programs celebrating the achievements of Pomrenke and his crew. Documentaries, virtual tours, and interactive exhibits bring the story to international audiences, while public engagement fosters a sense of shared participation in a historic moment. The imagery of the Christine Rose, the painstakingly extracted gold, and the crew's relentless effort resonates across demographics, turning what might have been a niche mining story into a universally compelling saga of human endeavor and natural bounty. Technological innovation remains a cornerstone of the operation's ongoing evolution. Lessons learned during the extraction of the $120 million haul are being applied to new dredge designs, optimized processing techniques, and adaptive operational strategies capable of responding to extreme environmental variables. Research into environmental impact reduction, automation, and real-time monitoring continues to position Pomrenke's operation at the forefront of maritime mining, making it a model of efficiency and responsibility. These developments promise not only increased profitability, but also a sustainable pathway for future resource exploration, ensuring that the Bering Sea and similar ecosystems can yield wealth without irreversible ecological harm. By connecting young audiences to the excitement and challenges of maritime gold mining, Pomrenke's operation cultivates both awareness and aspiration, inspiring future innovators and leaders who may one day push the boundaries of exploration even further. Finally, the legacy of the discovery encapsulates the convergence of wealth, innovation, and inspiration. Pomrenke's achievement is not simply a measure of dollars extracted, but a testament to what can be accomplished when vision, skill, and determination intersect. The operation's story, rich with adversity overcome, technology perfected, and human effort maximized, serves as a blueprint for future generations, illustrating that extraordinary results are possible even in the harshest and most unpredictable environments. The $120 million haul stands as a defining moment in gold mining history, ensuring that Pomrenke's name, methods, and ethos will be studied, celebrated, and emulated for decades to come. Through public engagement, technological advancement, economic impact, and inspirational storytelling, the final chapters of this historic operation confirm that Shawn Pomrenke's Bering Sea expedition has permanently reshaped the landscape of extreme environment gold mining, of monumental success, innovation, and enduring influence that will echo across generations.